Okay, hello. I don't know how I look right now, so I probably look horrible. This camera loves giving me a little mustache. It's just a shadow, guys. Anyway, I have a quick recap. Happy Labor Day. I honestly don't know what it's about, but happy Labor Day. Um, I have for you guys what I read in the month of August. This month was kind of a slow month because I had school, which I guess doesn't really affect anything, but it kind of did. But there's also another reason. I'll show you that later. So yeah, I'm just going to show you what I read in the month of August, and then I'm going to show you my TPR for September. So yeah, let's get started. So the first book, We'll Always Have Summer. I left off on this. I was in the middle of reading it on the last update I did. I will say, I'm not going to say much about it because I've already talked about the series enough. It's the best one out of the three. Belly's still annoying. There's barely any chemistry between either of the brothers, like with Belly. And yeah, I like the ending. Enough said. Okay, now moving on to the good stuff. We got Daisy Jones and the Six. I read this right before I went to school. So it is like a 300-page long book. It is about this band in the early 70s and how they were trying to gross and rise to fame. And this girl, Daisy Jones, who joins the band, she's like rich, but like she's trying to find herself, and she's successful in singing, but she's kind of unexperienced. So she joins the band and she learns a lot, but there's a lot of conflict between the members in the band and a lot of issues, which eventually leads to their end. And basically, this whole book is interviewing the band members. Someone is interviewing the band members 40 years later in 2012 about what happened, and yeah, it's really cool. Sorry, my lips are really dry. It's really cool because the format of the book is a little different, and I will show you right now. Sorry if I flip to a spoiler, but you could see what's a good page. Displays it. Ooh, excuse me. Alongside here, I don't know if you could see it, the names. So each line is like someone else, and I really like this concept because it really makes you feel like it's a real interview, and it also is cool seeing the different perspectives all in one book. And it's really funny because they do stuff like one character, like Eddie or something, would be like, I freaking hate this girl, like she's a terrible inclusion to her band. And then, sorry, the camera's like slanted. I feel like if I just slanted it more, sorry, I may have just made the camera angle worse. Anyway, yeah, but Eddie would be like, I hate this girl, and then the next line would be like, I love this band, like, I love Eddie, like, he's so cool. It's just funny, because, like, it's just different perspective. Enough said. Anyway, it really gets into self-worth and drug abuse and drinking problems and, like, being there for your family. So, yeah, I really like this book. I think this is actually, like, a show or a movie, so may have to watch that, but yeah. I actually listened to the songs from the movie. They're nothing like it in the book, I don't think, so it's a little disappointing, but it's whatever. Anyway, that's a good read. The next book, this is a classic, The Outsiders. I think I could speak for all of us when I say we all read this in middle school. So The Outsiders is a book about socias and greasers. Greasers are like the hoodlums, socias are like the rich kids, and they basically have like a feud throughout the whole story. The conflict is like the main characters, Ponyboy and Johnny, kill a Soch, and they have to run away and stuff, and that's like resolved. Anyway, really good book. It's really short. It's only 180 pages, But the thing is, why it's so good is just because it's 180 pages, it's still so good. I don't feel any rush. I don't feel any, like, I don't feel like the story is trying to go too fast. It's just, it feels like a genuine, good, fulfilling story, and I really like it. So yeah, I also like how Ponyboy, the whole thing is like, oh, my Spider-Man comic fell. The whole thing is like people are just people, because Ponyboy in the book says greasers, and there's no such thing as greasers and socias, because we're both just people. So I really liked that. Yeah, this was definitely like a 4.5 out of 5 for me. It was so good. I love it. And it only took me 2 days to read because it's short. Yeah. The movie's fire too. Okay, this is what, so this book took me 2 weeks to read, and it cost, like, in the time I finished this, I could have read 2 or 3 books. And that's Pride and Prejudice. Now, if you saw my recent vlogs, I thrifted this. It was way less beat up, like, before, but now it's, like, worn. Anyway, 400 pages of complete boredom. So I literally couldn't read 2 pages without falling asleep, so I had to use an audiobook for most of it, and even then, I was still, like, zoning out. It took, like, 30 pages to get into the type of language and stuff. So, yeah. So, the story is about the Bennets. They're, like, a family with, like, all wives, and apparently, like, they can't inherit anything if they're not men, so they have to marry or whatever. I don't know. It's old, so. And basically 3 out of, like, I think the 5 daughters get married. I'm not sure if there's 5 kids, or I low-key forgot, but 3 of the sisters get married, and it basically just shows a story about all that. And it's basically like gossiping. It's funny. It's funny. And yeah, the main character, Lizzie, this whole book is like a slow burn between her and this, like, dull, rude guy, Mr. Darcy. And it's just so boring because they don't even have a genuine connection. They just meet a couple times and then decide to get married. And it's, like, a little complicated, but it's like, but then again, it is the 1800s, so. But from what people have been saying, like, oh, it's so heart-wrenching, oh, it's like a good, nice love story, girl, be so for real, it's so boring. Don't get me wrong, Jane Austen, the writing was fire. Like, this was fire. Like, the language, I don't know, the language, literature, was so good. The story was just really long, in my opinion, unnecessary and boring. I do get it. Like, I do get, like, this is not meant for, like, it's more for the art, you know. I definitely am hanging on it, like, without, like, truly immersing myself in the book, so I will reread it in a couple months, because I need to be more into reading before I can pick this book up again. So yeah, this will be reread because I feel like I should give it another chance, and I feel like I should like it. Like, I feel like I have to like it as a reader. So I will reread it. Don't get me wrong, Jane Austen, amazing writing. For the writing, I give it a 4 out of 5. For the story, I give it a 1.5. So I'm gonna meet somewhere in the middle and give it a 2. 2 out of 5. So yeah. Okay. Now after this, I tried to pick up the pace a bit, and I read The Hunger Games. So, in my last recap last month, I read the 2 prequels, Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and Hunger Games: Sunrise on the Reaping. Those were the 2 prequels, and those were really good. And now I'm reading the original. This was so good. It was nearly 400 pages, yet it felt so fast. It felt nice reading it. I really liked seeing the differences between the movie and the book, because I can see Katniss's thoughts rather than just seeing the scenes in the movie. Because in the movie, especially the first one, it's, like, harder to interpret what they're thinking. So I'm really happy that I got to read this book. it was also really fun seeing the differences. Like, some tributes died before they were supposed to, like, some tributes died earlier in the book than they did in the movie. And also PETA, I'm not gonna say much about that, but the book has been out for a while. But PETA, something happens with his leg in the book, but in the movie I don't think that happens. So that's one big difference. I'm not sure how it affects him for the rest of the book though, for the rest of the series though, because I haven't read the rest of the books, but I will pretty soon. So yeah, really, really good. There are some repeated phrases, which is fine, because like it's a kid's book, so no one really like, or it's like an easy book, so no one really bats an eye on it. So yeah, overall I love it 4 out of 5 because I love Hunger Games, and I'm really happy to be reading the books. So yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's all I read. I only read like 4 books in that month because of Pride and Prejudice, and also because I've been slacking a little. But now what I'm currently reading is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. I've only read 30 pages today, which is really bad. I usually read like 60. I'm on page 96. My goal is to at least get to page 120. So I'm going to be working at this in bed tonight. Yeah, hopefully I don't fall asleep or anything, but so far I really like it. So far she's just going through experiences and how she feels. And yeah, I really like the fig tree metaphor and stuff like that. I also heard that she goes slowly insane, or she does go insane, like she loses it, so I'm waiting for that to happen, because that apparently is like what makes it so heart-wrenching, so I'm just waiting for that. So yeah, I heard a lot of good things. Also, Sylvia Plath is a raging racist, so it is a little funny seeing some lines. Like here, hold on. Here, let me give you some examples. This may take a little bit to find. Okay. So she, in this point of the story, she's drunk and she's looking in the mirror. I noticed a big smudgy-eyed Chinese woman staring idiotically into my face. It was only me, of course, because she was drunk. Her eyes were like closed and like slant. Yeah, that was a racist remark. A smudgy-eyed Chinese woman, like, bro, okay. And then, not even 8 pages in, she goes, I look yellow as a Chinese man. I get it, this book was written back then, but, like, people have come to the conclusion that if Sylvia Plath were still alive today, she would still be racist because of the time she lived in and stuff. So, I'm getting off track. So far, book is good. Hopefully it gets better. Book is good. Can't wait for it to get even better. Right. Okay, now moving on to my TBR. I bought a lot of books. So I have 2 books coming right now. I have 1984 by George Orwell and Little Woman, which I'm very excited to read. That's coming like mid-September, so it's fine though because I already have a lot of books here. Anyway, they're on here. Oh, I do want to give you an update. So, since I couldn't even get through Pride and Prejudice, or barely got through it, I'm not going to read this yet, okay? This is going to take me a couple more years to work up to, because I don't know why I picked Saffloy and the Moor. This is so random. Also, I don't know why I picked an Oxford classic to read. So yeah, I think when I'm bored, I will try and read it, but if I can't understand it, I'm just like not even going to try and wait for a little while. Anyway, enough yapping about that. Let's get to the books. So let's pull out these books. Okay. Bro, this book is hella crisp. I don't know why. Let's pull this out too. Oh. I'll fix that later. Okay. So, the next on my TBR after I read The Bell Jar is Animal Farm by George Orwell. This is pretty self-explanatory. It's a classic. Everyone has read it, and it's only 140 pages long, so it's going to be a very easy read. So I'm very excited. I don't like how long this book is. I wanted to get like the actual like regular size version, but this seemed to be the most available. Yeah, I'm very excited to read this. And then next up, Sunburn. Okay, I did order this book from Amazon. Don't hate on me, but it came bent, okay, and the cover is creased. Luckily, I don't really care about my books that much, but come on, it is not good to open your package and see it bent like that. Anyway, Sunburn. This is popular all over, everywhere. I did kind of miss the opportunity to read it in summer because summer is almost over. But you know, hey, it's early 1990s, midsummer, hot summer, and I think lesbian. So, of course, this book is going to be amazing. Like 1990s summer vibes and lesbian, like I'm very excited to read this book. But I put Animal Farm before it to control myself, to even out the field. I don't even know what I'm meaning by that. But anyway, next up, I Have Never Known Men. All of my favorite YouTubers have recommended this book, so I'm very excited to read it. Heard it gets pretty deep, so this book is also very crisp. Like when I ordered it, it came brand new, and it's like perfect. I don't know why. I'm pointing that out, but yeah, very excited. Heard some good things. And then I bought the box set of To All the Boys I Loved Before, all 3 books. I love the movies. The first movie I watched it 3 times in the span of the day it came out. The first movie was so good. The second movie is alright. It's probably the worst out of the 3, but it's still alright. And then the third one is pretty good. I like it. It's just not as good as the first one. The first one is just peak. Like, I love it. Anyway, I hope the books are as good as the movie. Which they probably are, right? Because the books came first. Like, there's nothing better than the original. I just hope they are better than The Summer I Turned Pretty. Definitely. Anyway, yeah, pretty excited. Ooh. This is kind of a thick book. It's, oh my god, it's like 350 pages. I was not excited. So these are going to be, they're not going to be like terribly long, but they're going to be pretty long reads. Anyway, yeah, that was what I read in the month of August, and that is my September TBR. So yeah, stick around to see if I finish these. And yeah. Thanks for watching.